45 minutes left. A deal has been made in secret. God says this man is bringing a woman to your door. God says, there are only 45 minutes left before something hidden becomes exposed. In this moment, heaven is moving urgently to reach you, and the tears of God are falling for the soul he sees being pulled into danger. A shocking deal has already been made behind your back, and someone you once trusted has agreed to bring someone else directly into your space. There is a woman coming with a man, and she is not arriving empty-handed. She comes sponsored, backed, and supported by an unseen force that's trying to bring confusion into your home. This is not just a physical visit, this is a spiritual invasion disguised as kindness. The man may appear calm, friendly, even familiar. But he is under the influence of someone who does not want to see you thrive. This visit has been planned to disrupt the peace that's been slowly building in your life. You are being watched closely, and this arrangement was not made in good faith. The woman's steps are calculated, her words already rehearsed, and her eyes filled with a mission that was never meant to bless you. Type Amen to cancel their plans before they step through your door. The next 45 minutes are critical because heaven is trying to stop something that's already been set in motion. There was a moment, one conversation, where your name came up, and it shifted everything. It wasn't gossip, it was a transaction, and the deal was signed in silence. God is crying out to reach you because he sees what's coming before you do. This is no ordinary moment, no regular visit, no casual appearance. This is a test hidden inside a trap, and if you don't catch it now, it may take months to recover from its effects. This woman was chosen because of her appearance, her voice, and her calculated charm. She was presented to the man like a solution, when really, she is a weapon masked in politeness. They are both coming with aligned intentions, but one of them knows more than the other. Type I receive to shut the door on what was never meant for you. Your peace has made you a target in this season. There are people who cannot understand how you've survived, and instead of learning from you, they want to dismantle what you've built. Their plan involves distraction, charm, and emotional confusion. The man may seem innocent, but his judgment has been clouded by a suggestion that sounded too good to refuse. The woman has been watching you longer than you know, and her timing is not a coincidence. She waited until your spirit was tired before she stepped forward. God says, be still but be aware. This is not a moment to argue, to question, or to explain yourself. This is a moment to recognize the signs and move in silent power. Type 333 if you refuse to open the door to deception. This woman does not want your advice. She does not want your love. She wants access, plain and simple. There is something in your house that holds weight. Whether it is your peace, your gifts, or your connections, this visit is about more than conversation. They are coming for access, but God is calling for authority. You must shut the spiritual door before the physical knock arrives. God is not asking you to fear. He is asking you to see. Type victory if you're choosing discernment over confusion. There's a reason this warning comes now. It's because you are close to elevation, and confusion is always sent before clarity. That woman carries words that sound sweet but are soaked in sabotage. She will compliment you. She will pretend she admires you. But underneath her tone is a strategy to pull you into a trap you didn't create. God says, there's still time to reroute the moment. You don't need to panic, you just need to prepare. The man was influenced, but you were chosen. Type, shield me, if you're ready to be protected from the hidden plan. Do not get caught up in small talk when they arrive. You are in a divine season that demands alertness, not hospitality. Your atmosphere matters more than their comfort. This man will look for your reaction. The woman will study your response. They're looking for entry, but your silence will confuse them. You don't have to explain your intuition. Just trust it. What your spirit senses is real. What your soul detects is divine protection in motion. Type, covered, if you're not opening your door to spiritual sabotage. What they don't know is this: you have already been warned. They think they're early, but God made sure you'd be ahead. They're arriving on schedule, but you've been praying off schedule. You are not the same person you were months ago. Your eyes are sharper. Your boundaries are stronger. And your heart now belongs to clarity, not confusion. The deal was made without your consent, but God has the authority to cancel what you never agreed to. There is still time. But you must be bold. Type, cancel the contract, to reverse their plans before they step closer. God says, you don't owe access to anyone just because they look familiar. Familiarity is not the same as trust. History is not the same as loyalty. The woman coming with him thinks she's been hidden. But heaven revealed her. Her assignment is known now. Her time is almost up. Even if the visit happens, it will not end how they think. Because your awareness is the weapon they didn't account for. The moment they step in, they'll feel the resistance of divine protection. Type, blocked, if you're keeping your peace protected. They've rehearsed their lines. They've chosen their timing. But God has interrupted their strategy with your spiritual preparation. This isn't just about your house. This is about your name. Your reputation, your elevation, your access, everything is on the line. But you will not be tricked. You will not be moved. You will not be silenced. Your discernment has been anointed for this very moment. Type, prepared, to align yourself with God's protection now. 45 minutes may feel short, but it's more than enough for heaven to intervene. You're not alone. The tears God cried weren't weakness, they were warnings. He cried because he sees the spiritual warfare you don't. He cried because you're close to the promise, and hell is trying to derail it at the last second. But they won't win. Because you've been chosen. And chosen people walk with eyes that see deeper than the surface. Type, chosen, if you're walking in your divine insight. God says, this is the moment to close emotional doors that no longer deserve to be open. You own no explanations for your peace. You own no invitation to manipulation. The woman and the man are part of a test. But you already passed it by listening to this warning. You are steps ahead now, and nothing hidden will remain in your space. Let this be the moment you say no to confusion. Let this be the moment you say yes to preservation. Let this be the moment you draw a line the enemy cannot cross. Type unshakable if you're choosing divine strength over false peace. The door they knock on may be yours, but God holds the final authority over who walks through it. They may show up physically, but spiritually, they are already blocked. There is nothing they can offer that's worth your peace. There is nothing they can say that's worth your freedom. There is nothing they can bring that's worth your clarity. The next 45 minutes are not a countdown to fear. They are a countdown to confirmation. You are about to see just how close you came to destruction, and just how powerful your awareness truly is. Type I'm ready if you are standing firm, aware, and covered. This deal that was made in secret will not prosper. This woman who came with an agenda will not prevail. This man who agreed to the plan will face conviction. Because you are covered. Because you are chosen. Because you are not alone. Type, it is done, to seal this message in full authority and divine power. God says, the clock is ticking faster than you think, and the deal made behind your back is no longer hidden. There is a movement happening in the shadows, and it is now headed straight toward your house. Heaven has released an urgent message because the hour has come where silence can no longer protect you. Someone you once believed had no power over your life is being used as a vessel to bring this deal into your space. You did not agree to it, but it's unfolding anyway. Behind your back, words were spoken, agreements were exchanged, and now they are trying to manifest the damage in front of your face. There is an unseen push happening, a transfer of control being attempted in the spiritual realm. They are trying to shift what God gave you, claiming authority over something they never helped you build. This deal was designed to distract you, divide you, and delay your destiny. But the Spirit of the Lord has stepped in with urgency. He is not allowing this deal to come through unnoticed. This is a moment where eyes must be open and spirits must remain alert. Type Amen if you feel something has shifted around your atmosphere. They have studied your habits. They know when your guard is low. And that's the hour they've selected to approach your environment. This deal involves people who act like they care. But underneath their calm exterior is a secret collaboration meant to exploit your access. What you thought was a normal interaction is actually part of a pre-approved attack. The house they're coming to is not just your physical location. It is your covering, your foundation, your resting place. And they believe if they can reach it, they can reach the core of your purpose. But God is already standing between their footsteps and your door. He has marked your territory as protected, and no deal formed in secrecy will succeed in your space. Type 333 if you know your home is off limits to darkness. There are names being whispered in places you never stepped into. Your name is being passed from hand to hand, not with honor, but with hidden intention. They have misread your silence as weakness. This deal is spiritual warfare masked as friendship. It is destruction disguised as opportunity. And those involved think their timing is flawless. But heaven always speaks before impact. This warning is not by accident, it is God's mercy at work, giving you eyes where others walk blindly. You are not crazy for feeling tension where peace used to live. Type covered if your spirit is sensing what others can't see. A name was dropped during a conversation recently. A door was discussed, a date was mentioned, and a setup was confirmed. They think they've secured their moment. But what they don't know is that your prayers interrupted their timeline. What was meant to come quietly will now collapse publicly. God has decided to interfere for your sake. This deal has spiritual consequences. It's not just about property or promises, it's about position. They want to unseat you from a level they didn't work to reach. Type, "It stops now," if you refuse to be moved by manipulation. God says, there is a final decision being made about your life, but it will not be made by man. He is stepping in at the last moment to redirect what was headed your way. You may not have seen the meeting, but you will feel the shift. The people involved in this deal are not strangers. They wear familiar faces, speak soft words, and pretend to be confused when you question their motives. But their steps were organized, and their intentions have been exposed. One person is pretending they're doing this to help you. But it's a lie. They are covering their true agenda with small gestures to earn your trust. Type, "Not fooled," if you see beyond the surface of fake support. Your house, your literal and spiritual space, is being watched. Not just by people, but by forces that want to invade your clarity. That's why confusion has been swirling lately without clear cause. This deal wasn't sent to bless you. It was sent to bind you. But heaven's message has now come to break that chain before it fully tightens. They want to take something that belongs to you and give it to someone else. They want to reverse what God already confirmed. But it's too late. Type, "I reclaim," if you're taking your power back from any false assignment. The door they want to walk through is already sealed. The floor they want to stand on has been anointed. What they hope to touch will never reach their hands. One person in the group has started doubting the plan. Their spirit is feeling the weight of divine interference. God is pressing on their conscience to make them stop, but they are ignoring it, for now. Still, this is your confirmation. You're not imagining the shift, you're discerning the danger. You're not paranoid, you're protected. Type, "Awake," if your discernment is sharper than ever before. There was a document involved in this deal. Maybe physical, maybe verbal, but it was real. Your name was used. Your energy was attached. Your silence was assumed. But the moment they tried to attach your destiny to something you never agreed to, God released judgment into the situation. This deal is now leaking, unraveling, and beginning to fail. They are now scrambling for a way to make it seem like you were always a part of it. They are adjusting their story. But the truth is breaking through. Type, "Reveal it," if you're ready for hidden things to come to the surface. God says, what they planned will now expose their true heart. What they hoped would stay hidden will now be shouted through actions they can't control. You don't have to speak a word, God will make the truth known. Someone is being paid to keep something quiet. But even their silence is starting to slip. They know what's wrong, but they fear the cost of backing out. This deal will not last long. It was never built to stand. It was built on lies, pride, and desperation. And heaven is shaking the ground beneath it. Type, "Fall apart," if you're ready to watch what was fake collapse. This message reaches you now because your time is too valuable to waste. Your space is too powerful to compromise. And your calling is too sacred to share with deception. The people involved in this deal think you'll stay quiet. But they underestimated your spiritual growth. You are not the same version of yourself they used to manipulate. You are bold now. You are alert now. You are backed by the God who sees all and speaks in perfect timing. Type no entry if you're guarding what God has given you. There is a financial shift tied to this deal. They are trying to reroute blessings meant for you. They are attempting to block resources that were heaven assigned to your hands. But their plan is already losing momentum. They are getting nervous. Because they can feel the unseen resistance rising against them. The very thing they hoped would crush you will now be the reason they fall apart. Their own words are becoming their exposure. Type reverse it if you believe what was stolen will return multiplied. God says, this message is your spiritual alarm. Do not sleep on this moment. Do not play soft with deception. Time is running out for their plan. But you have just stepped into divine clarity. Your role now is to stand still and watch it all come undone. You don't need to fight. You don't need to explain. You only need to obey the prompting and protect what's yours. Type, it ends here, if you're sealing off your life from every unauthorized deal. The next 48 hours will bring signs. You will hear something, see something, or feel something that confirms this word. It will not come as fear, it will come as clarity. You are safe. You are seen. And most importantly, you are ahead of what was designed to catch you off guard. They came with plans. But you come with covering. They came with agendas. But you carry authority. Type, already won, if you believe the deal is cancelled and your space is secured. God says, the time is shorter than you realize, and heaven is weeping trying to reach your spirit in this final window. There are just 45 minutes left before something irreversible tries to enter your life. A man and a woman are approaching, and they do not come empty-handed, they carry an energy, a decision, and a weight that was formed in secret. They are not just visitors, they are messengers of disruption or transformation, depending on how you receive them. What they bring can either unlock your next season or attempt to dismantle your current peace. And God is crying to warn you, not from anger, but from fierce love. They've walked together, talking about you. They have aligned themselves in agreement about something that concerns your name. One is hesitant, the other is determined, and their arrival is not random. The air around your name has been stirred up. This is not gossip, it's strategy. This is not coincidence, it's an assigned moment, and your spirit is already starting to feel the trembling of it. Type Amen if you've felt something unexplainable in the atmosphere lately. What they hold in their hands is symbolic. It's not physical paper or objects, it's spiritual weight. They are carrying the next chapter in their decisions, and they think they're the ones who get to write it. This man once knew a part of you. He believed he had access to your past, and now he believes he should influence your future. But he comes with a woman who's not just a companion, she's a co-author of this disruption. She was not supposed to be part of your life. She forced her way into a situation that never belonged to her spirit. But now she's trying to play a role in something that only heaven should decide. Their footsteps are drawing near. And the last-minute warning from God is being poured out in mercy, not panic. What you choose to do with this moment will affect the next 7 doors opening in your life. Type 333 if you believe God is speaking directly into your situation right now. They are not just showing up by accident. They are responding to a deal they tried to finalize without your consent. Something was spoken into agreement without your voice being present. You were not invited into the conversation because they knew you would shut it down. They counted on your absence, not your awareness. But now your discernment has caught up to their steps. The woman has been influencing this man quietly. Whispering thoughts, planting seeds, building a case. She wants him to shift your destiny in a direction you never asked for. God says, there's still time, but barely. He's extending this final cry, not to scare you, but to align you. You must guard your door, both in the physical and in the spiritual. Type, it's time, if you're ready to shut the door on every spirit sent to disturb your calling. You will feel a knock, not just at your door, but in your emotions. You'll feel the shift the moment their energy enters your space. Don't second-guess that stirring, it is your divine alert system sounding off. This man believes he has unfinished business with you. But his return is not for restoration, it's for interruption. He's convinced he still holds influence over what you build. The woman beside him is not innocent. She has studied you more than you realize. She is jealous, not just of what you have, but of how protected you are. She was not sent to bring peace. She was sent to plant doubt. But God is crying because he sees the ripple effect this could have if left unblocked. Type, I hear you, if your spirit is catching this message loud and clear. They are hoping to catch you in a moment of vulnerability. That's why the timing is so sudden, so close, so calculated. 45 minutes is not a random number, it's a countdown. There's something they are hoping to remove from your life. Something valuable. Something divine. It could be your clarity, your peace, your joy, your voice, your decision-making. They will disguise their words as kindness. They will pretend to be neutral. But their true intention is manipulation. Type blocked if you refuse to let manipulation take root again. Your home, your sanctuary, is sacred. This is more than walls and a roof. It's your protected ground, and they want to bring confusion into it. They will look calm. They will appear composed. But beneath the surface is a plan designed to tangle your steps and slow your forward motion. This man has made peace with lies. He has accepted stories that weren't true. And now he's trying to bring those lies into your space. God says, do not open the door with emotion, open it with spiritual awareness. You are not who you were the last time they saw you. And this time, your silence is your shield. Type sealed if you're keeping your atmosphere locked in divine protection. The woman has questions she won't ask out loud. She's coming to study your energy. She wants to know what you know, how strong you are, how guarded you've become. But she won't get the answers she's looking for. Because the God you serve has already intercepted their curiosity with clarity. What they came to collect will stay out of reach. They will act as though they're confused about your shift. But don't be moved. This is your confirmation that your growth is intimidating. She thinks you don't see her. She thinks she's hidden behind soft words and polite gestures. But your spirit already saw through her the moment you felt your peace shift. Type unseen no more if you're choosing revelation over deception. You are not being called to fight. You are being called to stand still with alertness. Let God do the exposing. Let heaven handle the interruption. This man and woman are walking into something they didn't expect. They thought you'd be unaware. They thought you'd be caught off guard. But you are armed. You are covered. And the 45 minutes left is not a countdown to fear, it's a countdown to divine reversal. Type reversed if you know what they sent is being turned back on them. The window is small, but the power inside you is great. You're not alone in this moment. Angels are being dispatched to your space as this message reaches you. Something is being cancelled in the spirit. Something is being sealed in your favor. Their agreement will not go through. She will walk away confused. He will walk away conflicted. But you will remain untouched and elevated. God says, you don't need to explain your absence in their lives anymore. They made a choice when they plotted. Now heaven has made a decision on your behalf. Type chosen if you believe this shift is heaven's yes over your life. They wanted a reaction. They wanted an opening. They wanted access. But instead, they will leave with silence, with rejection, with the realization that you are no longer available. The moment their feet cross the line, your angels will surround the house. Your boundaries will be reinforced. Your energy will not be drained by their expectations. This man believes there's still a chance to control how your future unfolds. But heaven already closed the book he's trying to rewrite. He's too late. Type too late if you know your destiny cannot be hijacked. You were not warned for no reason. You were warned because you are carrying something too valuable to be left unguarded. This is not about fear, it's about foresight. Your spirit is being sharpened right now. Your heart is being lifted. Your path is being cleared. And even as their arrival nears, you are surrounded by divine fire. Type surrounded if you feel the shift protecting you even now. This man and this woman are walking into divine resistance. Their presence will expose their purpose. Their words will reveal their real motive. You will say little. But they will leave saying more than they planned to. Because the atmosphere in your space will force the truth out of them. This is a warning. But more than that, it's a victory disguised as a countdown. Your obedience has activated a breakthrough. Type, it is done, if you know the outcome is sealed in your favor.